Alright guys, on to shout out for shout out and 1v1. These are a couple really cool ways that not a whole lot of people do, especially 1v1. I'm going to talk about shout out for shout out first and exactly what it is. So basically, for example, the other day I got hit up by an account here, Motivation Makes Money. And they asked if I wanted to do, hey, S4S. That's what they messaged me. They just said, hey, S4S. It stands for shout out for shout out. So all they're simply asking me to do is go over on my profile, and the next time I make a post, I would just answer that message and be like, yeah, I'm going right now. And I would make a post and I would say, hey, follow my buddies at Motivation Makes Money for awesome daily motivation and luxury pictures with a couple emoji arrows pointing towards them. And they would do the same thing for me. The goal and the key of a shout out for shout out is you don't ever accept or say yes to ones that are saying, hey, want to do a shout out for shout out when you have 100,000 followers and they have 5,000, because you're not going to get engagement from that. See, the whole point of shout out for shout out is they're reaching out to their following base saying, hey, go follow at Millionaire Mafia. And you're reaching into theirs saying, hey, go follow at Motivation Makes Money. And you're doing a follower exchange. So the key is to do it with accounts that are in your niche that have great engagement. And if somebody hits you up, for example, this account here, Motivation Makes Money, has like 109K followers. I don't know what their engagement is. Motivation Makes Money. I didn't really look at it. But let's see. Last post did 1,035 likes. Let's see what their video did. 3,300. So it's okay. Let's find out. 1311. So they're not like super insane engagement by any means. I mean, you know, I'm doing. Let's find out. 5,100. 4,100 and so on. So, you know, my engagement is more, but, you know, why not? Do a shout out with a 100K account, get a whole bunch of their followers. I do mine, they get a whole bunch of my followers, and you're not losing followers. It's just you're diverting followers from one account across to the other. And it's an effective way of doing that. So what you want to do if you're going to practice shout out for shout out method is you get a circle of influencer accounts in your niche that have the same type of followers as you, that have maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. If you've got 40K, you do it with 50 and 60 and maybe 30K accounts. If you can get away with it, then you do it with accounts that have a higher following with you. If you want to do shout out for shout out with accounts that have a substantial following but you don't have that authority yet, once again, if they say, hey, yeah, I'll do it, but you need to do 5 for me for every 1 that I do for you, be willing to, because you're going to see some conversion from it. So that's what shout out for shout out is. You just simply message accounts similar to the same fashion of doing DM groups to create DMs, except you just message a few accounts and say, hey, S4S, yes or no, boom, okay, what time, we go, we make it happen. It's pretty simple. You post a pic, hey, go follow XYZ account. They post a pic and they say, hey, go follow Millionaire Mafia. So it's a pretty simple concept. Now, 1v1. This is a brand new way to get likes and comments that are engaging from high authority accounts instantaneously. Boss Fathom, who owns Fathom Lifestyle, created this. He's a really good guy. Fathomless Life. Great account. Insane engagement. 172K followers. It does really well. He does really well. Look at that. 12.2 on a post. It's a good account. So Boss Fathom has said, hey, you need to do 1v1. So let me tell you what 1v1 is. Say he just posted a picture. Like, say he just posted this. It's got 144 comments on it. I would open these up and I would find comments on here. I would find comments and I would look for, this is a travel account, right? So say I had a travel account. I wanted to grow. For example, Travel Line. It's only got 3,400 followers just after a couple days here. But I would kind of help myself and network with Fathomless Lifestyle. I would watch him make a post, and I would be like, okay, this person just commented on it. Let me go over. That's not a good one, but let me go over and find an account on here that is a big account that commented on Fathomless Lifestyle's post. Let me go up here a little ways, and I'll show you. Load comments. He's getting a lot of comments on here. This is good. This is why he gets 13,398 likes. This is really good. So, let's see. Traveling Mindfully. What's that account like? 1,599 followers. Okay. So that's not super good. We want to find, it's a little bit easier on the actual app. Let's see, Nat Geo Natural, 69.9K. Here we go. This is how 1v1 works. You would look at an account in your niche, like one that's in your DM groups, for example. You take an account that's in your DM groups because it has a bigger following, because you've already created niche-specific DM groups. Or you would find an account that is in your niche that has a large following. I'm just using travel as an example. And I find somebody that has just commented on their most recent picture. They just commented a few minutes ago or 15 minutes ago or a few seconds ago, and I went over and I messaged them and I said, hey, what's up? Do you want to do 1v1? And they'd be like, what's that? And I'd be like, okay, well, 1v1 is where I'm going to leave you a comment on your most recent picture, and then you're going to make a post, and I'm going to comment on your picture, you're going to comment on mine, vice versa. And that way, you've set up that, hey, you're going to comment on mine as soon as I post, I'm going to comment on yours. And the reason that this is different than an engagement group, and in some instances it can be a little bit better, and once again, you have to have DM groups. Don't shortcut yourself, okay? But the reason that this can be a little bit better sometimes is because that person's online right now. In your DM groups, people are all over the world doing different things, and person A is over here sleeping, and person B is online but posted 2 hours ago, and you want that engagement to come in the first few minutes of that post. So when you seek out an account that is a high authority account that is in your niche, and you see that another high authority account just commented on their post, you go click that account, you go message them and say, hey, 1v1, and they say, hey, what's that? You go, oh, hey, all the biggest accounts are doing it now. We're capturing engagement in the form of likes and comments on the most recent pictures that we've just posted. So I'm about to post. You're going to go like and comment on my post right now, and I'm going to do the same for you. This is a method that you're going to want to try to do 1 time per day. Once again, you already know that the more times you post per day, the better it is, the more impressions, the more followers you're going to get around the clock. But if you can just take one of those posts and just have this set up, have it in your mind that you're going to do this. So right before you make a post, say you're posting at noon, noon Pacific time. Maybe at 11:57, right before that, 3 minutes before, you go look at a travel account that is just posted. You grab one of the comments off of there that has just left a comment on there. And they don't even have to have just posted. You just look at a travel account that is in your niche that has a high following. Because if they have a high following, they're probably getting high quality comments from other accounts in their niche. So you look for somebody that just commented on theirs, and you message them, say, hey, I'm about to post, do you want to do 1v1? Then you explain to them what it is. They say, yeah, let's do it. That makes sense. Let's go for it. Then you make your post right at noon. It's on time because it's the time that you wanted to post anyways. You get a comment from them. They post. They get a comment from you. And boom, it's done. If you try to do that 1 time a day, it's really, really good, and it's highly effective because you're getting engaging comments. Once again, the algorithm for Explore page, mass amount of likes, mass amount of comments, especially from high quality accounts. So now you have your DM groups, you have your likes, you have your comments coming in, and now you're making sure that you're getting them right when you post. 1v1, it's what all of the big accounts are starting to do now, and it's a revolution that is currently happening with inside Instagram that very select few accounts know about, very few people know about, that you now do know about. So I suggest that you start utilizing it because you're going to be one of the ringleaders and one of the experts here that is leading the game, gaining more followers than anybody else in the niche, in the industry, in the Instagram community. So you're going to want to do that. In the next video, we're actually going to talk about ways to automate much of the processes that we have talked about to this point, and we're going to get really excited, starting to get into automation, starting to get into income. So I'm really excited that you guys are going to start to learn the monetization aspect of it in the next trainings, and we're going to get into a little bit more about automation. And also in the next video, we're going to talk about, once again, the importance of the Explore page and how come nobody focuses on it and why it is essential that you need to focus on it. So I'll see you in the next video, and we're going to get into some automation, Explore page, and monetization.